and the way this running game has been. I mean, last game you guys took over. Things were kind of sloggy, and then you just took over that drive, got the team, got the game. How important is that to have a running attack like that, that when things aren't going right, that you can step up and be the guy for this team and get this team where they want to go?
It's super important. You know, you want to be able to run the ball. That's going to open up a lot of other things, whether it be play action or just even the pass game, getting them out of too high safeties, getting them to actually, hey, okay, these guys are running the ball good. We got to worry about the fit in the run. Now that's when you open up the pass as well. So both of them, there's balance in between both of them.
All right, that's all.
He's doing himself at the line. But yeah, there's a reason that, you know, he's having the success that he's had. And at their place, you know, obviously we'll see if he does play, but that's who we're preparing for.
Thank you. As always, appreciate it.
What more broadly stands out about Seattle's offense to you?
I think how they do a lot of things really well. You know, I know for a long time I felt like not watching it. We hadn't played them in a few years, so you know, I just kind of thought like DK Metcalf was like, you know, all they got. But as I'm watching the film, I realized they have like weapons all across the board. Tyler Lockett's been doing it for a long time. They've got a lot of weapons at receiver, both running backs. I don't know if we'll see you know, both of them or not, but they're one of the best 1-2 punches when healthy, I think, that they have out there. And then up front, they have like a good mix of veteran leadership with young guys that are hungry. So, yeah, this is like a really, really well offense. Again, I haven't seen them enough to prepare. We haven't played enough common opponents. But I've been watching the film and been super impressed and excited for another great team to play against.
Harrison, your team is the only one to have a turnover in every single game, one or more. How has that become a point of emphasis for this defense, and you continue to have success causing chaos?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that it's become a point of emphasis. This has been a point of emphasis since Coach Flores walked into this building. Like from day one, we worked turnover drills starting in 2023 in the April when he first got here, and every week we've been doing them since. And so, you know, we have meetings every week about turnovers and who's doing it across the league and how are they coming, and you know, the opponents we face, where they're loose with the football, where they're careless, and where we're taking risks. And again, we want to force teams to become one-dimensional and absorb more risk so that the ball can come out. So, you know, in order to get some of those second-half turnovers, you have to do the small stuff on first and second down. You know, some of the guys in my room, although we're not catching interceptions and, you know, punching balls out at the end zone as often, we have to do what we do in order to make it a game where they have to absorb risk and have to throw the pass, they have to scramble in the pocket, have to do these things. And so it's a collective, it's a full team stat. Offense has got to put points on the board to make their offense absorb risk. And so, yeah, that's been an emphasis for us since day one.
So you really go to like where people have a tendency to be loose with the football? It's down to that much of a detail?
Yeah, I mean, if you watch enough film, there's only about 3 or 4 ways that guys lose the football. A lot of times spinners, a lot of time bracing for impact, stiff arm. There's just a lot of ways, there's only a handful of ways. And if you go watch all of the forced fumbles in the NFL, you'll find about 4 or 5 buckets you can put every single one of them into. So try to take advantage of ball carriers when they get in those positions.
Just about the feeling in this locker room compared to other teams. Does it feel different, the run you're on? Does this compare any at all to that first year when O'Connell was here and you were 13-4 and you were on a run, or does this feel like a more complete team than perhaps that one?
You know, I'm never really big into the comparing. I like to take every year for what it is. And this year, you know, this year is special. And you know, guys are truly bought into what we're doing. And you know, just the mindset has been just want to know every single week. And you know, coaches have been emphasizing that, and how we prepare emphasizes that, and it's something that we got going.
The running game was so critical in that Bears game, and you're coming in to block, to help out, to keep Darnold up when he needed to throw that ball. How critical is that the running game can be something that turns the tables like it did in that third quarter where you guys went on that long drive and a lot of it was Aaron working back there?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it's pretty known in just the history of football to, you know, if you can run the ball well, you're going to win a lot of games. And if you can have a balanced offense, you're going to win a lot of games. And I think that's something that we emphasize this year, being able to run the ball when we need to. Adding Aaron, bringing back Cam, Ty, all those guys are, pieces to that puzzle. And, the O-line has been blocking their butts off. Tight ends been blocking their butts off all year, so it's been good.
All right. This team can take over a game by running the ball.
Yeah.
And you saw that in the third quarter last week where it was kind of rocky, and then all of a sudden you guys just kind of inflicted your will, for lack of a better term.
There's no better feeling as an O-lineman. We love the running backs we have, and with that opportunity, we're going to take that and do what we can with it. But it's awesome. I think 2 weeks ago was the biggest one when it was 4 minutes. The defense knows we're running it. We know we're running it, and we were able to succeed. So however it takes, it's if defense is stepping up, run game, pass game. I think the good thing is we have all of that, right? So it's just what's going to step up and what's going to do it for us, and it's a new challenge every week. So it's just whatever that week holds.
Does that give this team more confidence in a game, knowing that we're capable of doing this, whereas before maybe some teams have to live by just the pass to get back in it or to close the game out, where you guys are capable of it, we've done it before, you can rely on that?
Yeah, I think as players you always have the confidence that you can do it. So it doesn't matter the situation. If we need to drop back 100 times, then we have the confidence that we can do that. And if we need to run 100 times, great. We're just players, We'll let the coaches handle how we're going to do it. And whatever's called, we're going to execute. And if there's not execution, then we're going to get in the film room and, all right, why did we not hit that block there? Why did we not get to this guy here? It's a long season, and so you're doing that. You're taking that journey the whole year, figuring out what's working and moving on and getting better.
Were you surprised that Brian pushed through and returned to the game?
No, Brian's a beast. Everyone knows Brian's a beast. You're worried when he first goes down, and then he goes down again. It was some freak stuff, like the same mechanism twice in a row in a game. But Brian's so tough. He's a captain for a reason. He knows his body, if he can push through it or not. It was great to have him back out there. It was like he goes down, you're like, dang it. He comes back, you're like, good to see you. And he goes down, you're like, dang it. Comes back, you're like, all right, let's ride. It's testament to him as a competitor, and we love having him in there.
Kind of going off that, KO was talking the other day about obviously he means a lot on the field, but he's turned into such a leader off of it. How have you seen him grow into that role, and how much does he mean to this locker room? Yeah,
it's huge. He's a presence. He's a vocal leader. He's, I think, by example most. He just goes about his business the right way. He's the ultimate pro. Riley Reef was the leader my first 2 years here. Set a phenomenal example of what a true pro looks like, and I think Brian takes some stuff from him, added some stuff of his own, but it's been awesome to see that development, because my first year, his second year, we were just figuring it out, doing what we could, but to watch him evolve, it's been awesome.
I was asking Aaron about Kevin O'Connell, Coach of the Year candidacy, and he pointed to just the selflessness of this team. I guess, how do you think Kevin has sort of facilitated that attitude just within this locker room of like everyone having kind of a selfless approach? Yeah,
I'm sure KO would tell you he's not worried about those accolades or anything. That stuff will come. But I think he does a great job empowering the players. Call it positivity, call it whatever you want, but he instills confidence in each position group, in each player. I've loved playing for him. He's doing a great job. But like I said, you play the game, you watch the film, things we did great, things we can get better at. It's just back to that process. It's such a buzzword, but it's so true. If you're riding the high, you're going to get humbled, and if you're down in the dumps, you're not going to win a lot of games. So it's just you got to be even keel. You got to approach each week like it's a new challenge, and we do that with him at the helm of it. And so I love playing for him. He's doing a great job.
And along that same line,
you
don't want to look any farther than Sunday, but is there a sense as a season like this goes on, you've been at this long enough to know, once you get to 12 wins, some things start to open up. Is there a sense like, fellas, let's hit this pitch? Yeah,
I mean, no one's unaware of it, right? It's in your face. It's all on the news. It's all playoff rankings is all that everyone sees. But while you see that, you acknowledge it. Okay, this is where we're at. But then it's back to, all right, what's the install this week? Who do we have? What's the game plan? Because you're not thinking about that while you're doing a Wednesday practice, Thursday meetings. I'm not thinking about the playoffs. I'm just thinking about we got the Seahawks this week. They got a great front. We got to execute the game plan and win the game. And then Monday, the game's over. Then you see more playoff ranking stuff. And you see it, like I said, you acknowledge it, but it's back to work.
That's the best.